for a moment. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank y'all so much for clicking play. Yet again, y'all are awesome, and y'all already know, man, I appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As y'all saw in the thumbnail, man, we are here to talk about what's going on with
the only way to do it is to automate it. What Zapier allows.
And Tim Pool from the Timcast podcast. And I really want to see what's going on because someone told me that Tim Pool has said something about what's going on, and I'm here for it, man. I want to hear what's going on. What's up, pseudo intellectual pole dancer? Free Britney. Who's Britney? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Funding Zen? Going to let a few people get in here. I'm just going to speak to y'all for a minute. What's up, guys? Christina Alba. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Great afternoon. Happy Friday, everyone. What's Bang Bang Tea? You got to go to LFRFamily.com and ask that. It's private answers. That's why I tell people to go to LFRFamily.com to ask me about the Bang Bang Tea, because it's private. Like, it's not something that I want to talk about in person. I mean, not in person, in public. Because of what it does, baby. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Susie and Chris, what's up? Lorenzo, that's a cool name, brother. Lorenzo. All right, we about to really check out what Timcast had to say. Tim Pool has something to say. Jeremy, we've checked out already. Jeremy from TheQuartering saying what he has to say. And I also saw that Jeremy said something else too. He actually posted a video that said R.I.P. R.I.P., bro. That's big words when you're talking about. I mean, well, he didn't say it, but it has a picture of a gravestone, and it says R.I.P. on it, but it does say I'm sorry. So I don't know if they really going to be doing their thing like that. What's up, Lou Valentino? Y'all make sure y'all show some love to Lou Valentino, man. He in right now. He YouTube got my man. YouTube got my man for a minute, but he be right back. When he come back, he's gonna come back stronger than he's ever been. Shout out to Lou. Live on YouTube. What? What's up, Philly? Hey guys, who y'all got this weekend? Philadelphia Eagles or Kansas City Chiefs? All right, so we about to go and get in because I see people are coming in. Please do me a favor. We got 200 people in here right now, which is amazing. Please do me a favor and hit the like button. I didn't ask y'all to last time, but I'm asking you this time. If you wouldn't mind, that would be amazing. That would be dope. All right. Lou Valentino said, I'm almost free. Yeah. Hey, he be back soon. Yes, sir. All right, do me a favor, hit the like button for me. All right, we're not even going to wait anymore. Let's go and get the party started because I got some things I need to handle later on. Yeah. So hold on, let me make sure everything's running properly. I am super excited, man. I'm super excited. I just now got some good news from my son, JoJo, from LFR JoJo channel. Just now got some great news from him. I'm super excited for him. It's like I used to hear people in church all the time say favor ain't fair. And it's so true. Favor is not fair. If y'all can't hear me okay, if I'm sounding muffled or something, please let me know. If I'm okay, cool. But if my what I'm saying is not clear or I'm muffled or something, please let me know. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And shout out to Marcy too. Much love to Marcy. All right, here we go. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button when you come up in here. So Timcast, Tim Pool from Timcast has something to say about the whole quartering situation. You know, last time we went live, we actually reviewed that part. We reviewed the quartering, talking about it, and they were saying that he lost 30,000 subscribers in 24 hours. 30,000 subscribers in 24 hours. Timcast lost, and a lot of people were saying that that he might have deserved it because of what he did. I don't think he did deserve it. I said I would like to hear more first before I even consider checking it out. 1 second. This back in here. Yep. Hold on. All right. I'm looking for the video that I saw earlier today. Did Tim Pool take his video down? He didn't take his video down, did he? They were trying to find this joint, man. I saw it earlier today, and I had it. I actually had it up here, ready to discuss, because I saw that Tim Pool said something about it, and he said he was going to discuss, give his part, and he was going to talk about the grifters and those type of things. I know I'm tripping. Y'all realize life is very short, right? Yo, did he remove it? Did he remove the video? Tell me he did not remove the video. Just posted yesterday. It was just now posted yesterday. I don't think he removed it. I can't find it either. Huh. Interesting. What's good, guys? What's good? Maybe he removed it. He probably removed it. He probably removed it, man. Get out of here. Did I miss it? Yo, did Tim Pool remove the video of him him addressing the quartering? Because I saw it on here earlier today. I saw it on here earlier today. Tim discusses it and does his apology in his video about right? Guys, is it still up? Van is live and in the bill. It was up, y'all. Tim Pool. Yeah, I'm checking out. Do you see the video up here? Do any of you see the video up here? If you do, please put it inside of my my Twitch stream for me. That would be amazing. If anybody in here see the video, please put it inside of my my Twitch stream. I agree with Tim. People just need to move on and focus on the task at hand rather than infighting. Tim discusses it and does his apology in his video about Project Veritas and James O'Keefe. Okay. Yeah, can you post the link inside of the Twitch stream? I see people saying that it's on there, but I don't see it from my side. And he has like, how many daggone channels does this man have? And he's very successful on all of them. Shout out to him, man. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Currently, members of Congress are questioning Twitter 1.0 All
right, wait one second though. 1 second. All of these super chats. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mark. Tim discusses it and does his apology. And I understand. Listen, I'm not trying to drum up any drama. Okay, I'm not trying to drum up any drama. The thing is, this conversation needs to be had, and that's the only reason why he and Jeremy are going back and forth in the first place. So I would like to see all sides and hear all sides, but I like to do it with my people while we do it together. I mean, I want to do it together so that if y'all have any information, thank you, Susie and Chris. I appreciate you for posting that. Thank you for Force the Deep. Silent Night, thank you so much. Tim and Jeremy made up last night. So let's see what's going on. They made up. They're friends now. They are friends now. Let's keep that in mind. But we still going to discuss it. And then we're going to discuss whatever Mark Dice said about Steven Crowder, because apparently Mark Dice went pretty hard on Steven Crowder. If y'all know something about that, okay, let's go.
Executives, as some have referred to it, but I don't think it's accurate, because I think Jack Dorsey was like the OG guy, and then with Vijay Gadde and Yoel Roth and others, it's more like a 2.0 than Elon Musk perhaps is a 3.0. But I saw this video of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez posted by the Bongino Report, and I watched her go on a rant where she just like lies. And it reminded me of the other rant she just did recently when she was defending Ilhan Omar. And I really thought to myself, you know, there's an issue that I think is bringing things to light in my mind, and something I've been talking about for the past few months and past year, really, with the intensity of the attention around me. And I figured, you know, I've not really done a personal deep dive into a lot of this stuff. You know, there's no real way to address issues of tribalism, drama, the culture war, etc. when, you know, you're trying to talk about the news and not overtly just talk about yourself. But there's no real way to do it. You know, no matter what you do, people are going to come after you and attack you. But
facts. No matter whatever you do, people will come after you, especially if you have an opinion. Only thing you got to do is have an opinion. You ain't even got to have an opinion that's opposite of theirs all the time. You just need to have an opinion. Somebody will find a reason to complain or to act as if you're wrong and they're right, or you're arrogant or selfish, or you just need not to have an opinion because you're not smart enough, you're not qualified, or something like that. And it's crazy.
This is what I want to do with today's segment. We're going to have a big show tonight at 8 p.m. We're going to be sitting down with members of Congress discussing a lot of what happened here with Twitter and the State of the Union and what's happening in this country, things that I think are really important. And it is an honor and a privilege to be able to sit down with some of these people and many of the people that I have sat down with for some time. But of course, there are a bunch of people who are angry with me. And so I think there's a lot to be said about this video from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the other video she did, which exemplify a great deal of the cultural and social decay that I think is impacting our society, and why I've never wanted to be a part of it, why I don't care to be a part of it. And, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And we'll start.
I like that when people start off a conversation with "let's talk about it." And why, when I look over to the right, I see Kamala Harris, and I see Jill Biden kissing, what is Kamala Harris's husband name? Jill Biden kissing Kamala Harris's husband in the mouth. Don't nobody want to see that.
Start with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and then I'll talk to you about Jack Murphy, Eliza Blue, Jeremy Hambley. Many of you may not even know who those people are, which is the big issue. And it's typically why I don't care to talk about them, because they're not relevant to an audience that's concerned about whether or not our elections are being subverted.
Wow. Okay. Bruh, it don't sound like no apology to me. The reason why y'all haven't heard about them is because they're not, they some little people ain't got nothing to do with no elections or none of that. I get what he's saying. He's saying they all have their places where they serve their followers and supporters, but we have bigger fish to fry. That's what I'm taking from it.
Of course, there are many people who want to believe that they were wronged, even if they don't have the evidence. And this could be literally anybody of any political faction. And they demand you support their ideas no matter what. It's an untenable situation, whatever your political positioning may be. But, I think a lot of people are, the reason, I'll put it this way, the reason why I want to talk about the culture war, drama, and issues.
Wait a minute. Did you say Eliza Blue says that children can consent to adults? What? Eliza Blue didn't say that. Eliza Blue did not. She better not have said that. Are y'all telling me for real? You telling me right now that Eliza Blue said that children can consent to adults? Get out of here with that, man.
Pertaining to it, and maybe get a little bit esoteric and talk about the personal drama, is because I rarely do. And I think it's part of the bigger picture. When I had Steven Crowder on the show and Candace Owens talking about the Daily Wire, and we were talking about this contract thing, some people said, I don't know who this is. Why does this matter? Well, it's setting the news cycle, right? We talk about these things. At least I want to talk to Steven Crowder because, for one, he's particularly famous. He's a prominent personality. We have a conflict between these two organizations. Some don't like Crowder. Some like the Daily Wire. And this may have precipitated the drama, which involves me. But it determines the future of what the culture war will be. And in front of us, we have...
So this is the wrong one. Hold on. I want the right one. So if this is the wrong video... it's not the right video. This is the angry video. Okay, I need to see the right video. I don't need to see the angry video because I don't care for the. I want to get to the bottom of it, man. All right, so I'm guessing you said he was live last night. Let me see if it was on Timcast. Okay, I'm thinking it was this one.
Focus in the same direction towards making things better and fighting for the values that we have. So, considering what we're seeing now with Chrissy Mayer as well, I'll be happy to admit that I was wrong about this one for sure. But I do have some grievances that I'm planning to address that I think some people should be aware about as it pertains to this story. But we'll get into that. Before we get started, head over to timcast.com, become a member to support our.
How the government's destroyed the working industry, made it harder for working people. I have foreign policy experts on, and lots of people you guys have had on, friends with Scott Horton and Dave Smith, and those guys have a lot of those people on. And then I do social media for the Libertarian Party.
Gorgeous human to my right.
Did you get a haircut?
Dupre.
Yeah, I was not going to say anything about.
The problem is, I don't think anyone's going to support him. Now, as we mentioned, they're saying that they were bullied, that he's a tyrant. Let me read for you the top note.
Now, the only reason why I'm skipping through this because I actually want to get to the point of discussing the part about him and him and Jeremy. That's what I want to get to. And y'all said that he was live last night, and this live is 2 hours, bro. And they're talking about many different things. As a matter of fact, he don't even have TheQuartering inside of his title, where he's apologizing. So all throughout the video, he's apologizing. The video is on his Tim Pool channel, second video. And Shinozaki. Listen, the name. I can't pronounce the name. I can't pronounce the name, man. Salute to you, WYZEEBD.
Because they certainly had to include this. It says, the opinions, data shared, and anecdotes were compiled by 1/3 of the Project Veritas staff, representing every department. Not all signed this letter, but all had compelling reason to contribute. Some signatories.
Thank you, Chris P. I appreciate that.
Have not been the subject of abuse nor witnessed any abuse, but found the corroborated behavior troubling and were willing to sign. That means right there?
Sounds like a load of garbage to me.
Yeah, what did they sign exactly?
So imagine this. You work at Project Veritas. Someone walks up to you and says, we think James O'Keefe is bad and he's done these things. Will you sign a letter? And they say, sure. Next thing you know, the board comes together. There's a viral Twitter thread where one guy is saying,
hey, I want to say to Timcast, Tim Pool, that I love their setup, bro. Their setup is amazing. Like the way that they do that, that's dope. That's dope. Hey, thank you so much, TJ. I mean, the fitness imposter 305. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I agree. I said it in my last video. I don't think this is about Jeremy, nor is it about Tim. It is about censoring. It's about censorship. But it's also about representation and who you platform. But you know what? I don't buy into that whole you should be held accountable for everyone you platform type thing either. Because as soon as I started doing politics over here, many people on Twitter was calling me all types of names for giving conservatives a platform, specifically giving Trump a platform. Giving him a platform, he already has he don't need me to do no videos, bruh. At all. He don't need me nor any of these other people online to do no videos for his whatever he want people to hear to be out there. So yeah, like Chris said, if y'all have a timestamp on this long 104. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
what you're describing.
Yes, for Apple with using other IBM stuff, but if you're
no,
using...
like you can't even, like hard drives, for instance. It's like we want to transfer data between hard drives. You could take a hard drive between any PC, but not between Apple.
Yeah.
But like Apple is one company versus the 8 million other companies.
That's part of why I don't want them to mess with Apple, because there's all these other options.
Yeah, but then the hard drive would work between other computers. Mm-hmm. So instead, it's like we plug the hard drive in, it's like there's no data on it. And we're like, well, it can work in literally any of the various PCs from different brands, different companies, different laptops, but not the Apple.
Yeah.
That one we have weird problems with.
They're finally adopting USB-C, I think. They kept building their own plugs and like
they have to. I think Europe passed a law saying they have to use a standard, so it's going to be USB-C.
I was deep on free software last night, thinking about like, so I started to think about the arms manufacturers. I'm like, okay, liberal economic order is basically Lockheed.
That's the guy with the long hair. When Steven Crowder was on the show, I was like, man, this dude right here is pretty cool. I like him. He seemed pretty laid back, real chill. He seemed like he smokes a little bit of the weed here and there. You know what I'm talking about? He seemed like he smoked a little bit of the reefers here and there. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, he's cool.
Lockheed Martin, Boeing, there's 5 of them, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and General Dynamics. But then there's the British one, BAE Systems. So the 6 of them together comprise about $140 billion of arms dealers. 5 of the 6 largest arms dealers on Earth are in America. Yeah. They are supplying us directly with our own weapons. And I was like, would I force them to free their software code? Arguably, hell no. And how would I do that? Because then you're giving your weapons systems to the potential enemy. I don't like thinking in terms of friend and enemy, but they do. The weapons manufacturers sure are. I'm like, can't we just blow up bombs on Mars to heat it up?
We don't make
these are actual tactical games they're playing with weapons. They want to fight. That's what this is system. They seem to want to. So, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead,
Phil. So I think there are times that you don't want to open source the code, but when it comes to social media and information, I am bullish. What were you saying?
No, I think that nowadays the chips and most of your microchips and stuff are not made in the U.S. and there's a strong likelihood that they're all compromised anyways, because they're made in China or Taiwan or whatever.
We're gonna dive headfirst into the shallow end with this next story about Eliza Blue, Chrissy Mayer, and all the stuff that's been gone over the past week.
Finally, we are here. Okay, let's get into it. Finally, thank you so much, Chris, for giving me this timestamp. You told me it was minute 104. It was actually minute 105, but you was the closest to give it. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Hopefully your weekend is going to be remarkable. And if you had you some bang bang tea, it would be even more remarkable, but I'm just going to leave that there.
And we'll be as candid as possible. I'm sure we'll piss some people off. But we have this tweet from Chrissy Mayer. For those that aren't familiar, Chrissy Mayer is a comedian, and she hosts a podcast called Timcast. And she's been on the show, I think a couple times, right? It's been a couple times. We've had her on the show before. And so there's been some controversy related to a guest we had recently, Eliza Blue. and some censorship actions that she's been accused of, notably filing privacy requests against people who talk about her past work. And so here we have the story from Chrissy Mayer. She says, Eliza Blue got 4 of my YouTube videos removed for showing a fair and balanced doc trailer, which featured 3 to 5 seconds of her public, at the time now removed, World Star Hip Hop video.
3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds? How in the hell can you get somebody's... You should not... Yo, I don't know who's in the office of the tube, but that shouldn't be enough. I'm sorry. 3 to 5 seconds, I don't care. That should not be enough. It should not. Like, there should be a time limit. Like, do they have at least 2 minutes of you on it, or at least 45 seconds? 3 to 5 seconds? That's nuts.
Must be nice to have the power to rewrite history, then gaslight Twitter and YouTube into accepting it. Now, I'll say this outright. You know, I said previously I'm uninterested in this. And I'll kind of, you know, I think this got to the point where literally right before the show, I saw this tweet and I'm like, okay, guys, you got me. All right. Like, I'm starting to see and learn more. That's having me question what's going on if YouTube videos are getting pulled. And we're hearing that a bunch of people actually had YouTube videos getting pulled. And so this clearly is an abuse of the system to a degree that we've not seen for a while now. It used to be in the early days of YouTube, there were attempts by political rivals to falsely flag and get people's content removed. And now it seems like we're seeing an uptick in this, particularly pertaining to Eliza Blue. The first thing I'll say is, as it pertains to the issues related to me personally, you know, look, man, I say it a million times. I'm an arrogant shithead, and so don't come at me and yell at and scream in my face and think I'm going to bend the knee and do anything for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that. I love that you're saying that, bro. For what it's worth, I love that you're saying that. Because if somebody's going to pop slick, I'm going to pop slick back. And sometimes I'm not going to ask for y'all permission before I do that. If somebody say something stupid, if somebody act like I'm supposed to bend over for them simply because they're super chatting me, yeah, I might tell somebody to kiss my black ass too. That's what I'm assuming. So Tim Pool told somebody to kiss his black ass, and 30,000 people said, why I never, and then left the channel.
And I will tell everybody right off the bat, we had this person on the show that I don't care too much about. I don't follow her career. I don't know much about her. And I don't handle booking. We've had her on the show 2 times. But all of a sudden, we found ourselves inundated with, and I'm not saying, you guys got to be very careful, because when I said that there was a PR firm running like 50 accounts, everyone started claiming I called literally the millions of people who are watching these videos bots. And I never said that.
Yeah.
But we
said they're paid bots.
We got some very gruesome, gruesome may not the right word, but let's just say, you know, people crossed the line with what they were sending to us and the images they were posting of people. Easiest way to get me to be like, I will not give you what you want. But here's what I have to say about this.
Hey, he's saying I do not negotiate with terrorists. Do y'all hear him? I thought we were all on that. I thought we all thought that type of way, man. Well, am I missing something? Am I missing something? I don't think I am.
There are a lot of people who are genuinely concerned about what we're seeing in terms of what Eliza Blue's done and her past work. And there's a big difference between those people and the very few people I am directly criticizing. The people who are posting just really awful photos and videos, sending awful things to us. And I want to make sure that people understand, because there's still this you know, here's what I said earlier. Following the Project Veritas stuff, following, you know, obviously the Crowder Daily Wire stuff, following these Republicans getting shot, I'm reading this. I have a source contact me. They say, we want you to read this letter, check this out. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to publish this. And I'm reading this and I'm like, yo, if all of this bad stuff is happening right now to various organizations and everyone's fighting with each other, yeah, that's it. Like, infiltrate, destroy, right? You make divide and conquer. Yeah, I'm not going to be all about that, right? So I said outright to Jeremy Hambley of TheQuartering, look, I apologize. I don't want to be fighting with you. We agree on way too much for me to be bickering or complaining about something that is like one issue where, you know, ultimately probably agree mostly on it, but there's like a personal issue that's making, you know, me upset or something like that. When I'm looking...
Hold up. Slow down, Tim. All right, so, okay. I get it that you're not going to bend the knee for somebody who's saying, do this or else. I wouldn't do that either, because that's negotiating with terrorists. I wouldn't do that. But do y'all, for the people that have seen this already, did he accept responsibility for his side as far as bringing somebody on the channel, bringing somebody on his show who would benefit from him bringing them on his show? Someone just now said, and thank you for the super chat, Bremen 1973. He said, if you have a guest on your show and let them plug their stuff on your show and get money from your fans, and then ignore her fraud that comes out afterwards, that's pretty disrespectful. So, you know what I mean? Some people might think that you're still being disrespectful, bruh. Regardless of what people think, at the end of the day, it does not matter what people think. It's about you understanding why they protested and you acknowledging why they protested. Because I'm looking at the 30,000 people who left this channel as protesting. Y'all protested. That's what you did. And some of you might be here as well. If you're here, then y'all let me know. Some of y'all was here the other day when I went live, and you say, yeah, I left all of this stuff. I told him, yeah, I have the right to cut him off if he's saying something contrary to what I believe. And I agree 1,000%. But what I'm gonna need to, because I say it's about accountability all the time. That don't stop or quiet because it's Timcast. He also should accept responsibility and accountability at the same time.
But there's like a personal issue that's making, me upset or something like that. When I'm looking at, we have another story we'll talk about in a minute, a woman saying that she used to work in gender affirmation for children, and now she's realizing how bad it is. I'm like, there's a lot more things that we all agree on that we need to be focused on. Mm-hmm. My biggest concern with all of this is, obviously censorship is bad, but if I'm going to get distracted and personally aggrieved or whatever, and that means infighting will erupt that takes us off mission, we're being played. We're being played. And so I'll say this to you right now. When I came out with my video earlier and said exactly that, like, Jeremy, I shouldn't be fighting with you. I shouldn't be, that's not what we should be doing.
You are being played, and you got played. No, I'm just saying, you didn't know you were being played, but the person that played both of you was the lady that you brought onto your show. When you platformed her, that was the playing. She played you that way. All right? Because you had friends of yours. You had friends of yours on your show. All right? And they had like 4 videos removed from, they had a bunch of videos removed from their platforms. Some of them was kicked off of Twitter altogether. But then after that happens, you bring her onto the show. And then Jeremy took the opportunity to run things up a bit, as a content creator is supposed to. Listen, people out there that's watching don't really pay too much attention with the clickbaits and the dramatization of it all. Jeremy from TheQuartering, he didn't have to hit you the way he was hitting you, but it was all drama. He knew that it will wash over. He was like, man, this is good for TV. Let's run with it. Let's run with it. It was more WWF, WWE than anything, for real. And was, by people paying attention to y'all drama, did they not focus on what was going on in the government and balloons in the sky and all that other stuff? No, they were still paying attention. Y'all just gave them a little bit of fodder to have fun with and share with their friends and on their social media platforms, because y'all drama wasn't big enough. The drama between TheQuartering and Timcast was not big enough to make people only focus on that drama and discount everything that's coming out of the administration right now, and the balloon, the China balloon, and the documents, classified documents, and the jab and all this other stuff. There's a great deal of material out there that people are well versed on and are paying attention to, but you all probably was a welcomed bit of drama that they would appreciate, because the drama that's going on inside of the White House, that's the drama we don't want. That's the drama we don't want to pay attention to at all. We wish that they grow the hell up and that they grow a pair and that they start caring about everyone in the country rather than just caring about lining their pockets. But Eliza was the only, in my opinion, Eliza is the one at fault here. All right? Not you, not Jeremy. Y'all are just doing what y'all do. Y'all are content creators. Y'all are big, huge content creators. I mean, y'all are crazy successful at what you do. And I'm not meat riding. I'm just acknowledging the fact that y'all are successful at what you do. But no, y'all didn't take people's minds off of that. Y'all, I mean, in a good way, they just got to see good two friends go at it. They ate some popcorn. Watch y'all put on some gloves so you not hurt each other, because nobody got hurt. Nobody really got hurt. I mean, the 30,000 subscribers that left your channel, probably even more, I think you're going to win them back because they were there for you, period. I mean, they might not seem like it, but they enjoy your content enough to subscribe. So you're winning them back right now. So y'all knew what y'all was doing. You and Jeremy were able to capitalize on this tremendously. And so were other people who covered this whole tobacco.
That's not what I should be doing. So I apologize. Jeremy put out a video saying he apologizes. I have tremendous respect for that, and I sincerely apologize. There are still people trying to drum up this infighting, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. When all this starts, and I'm this guy who's sitting here like, look, man, I don't know anything about her. We booked her on the show because she's on Twitter and she's a prominent activist. I didn't know that people had beef with her, and I don't know what that beef is. We get people sending us, let me just say, like, videos that... photos and videos that I just think would make a dad, you know, like if a dad found out people were doing about his daughter, he'd end up in jail, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So you want to come at me and my friends with these really horrifying things, and I'm going to be like outright not getting anywhere near this. But I genuinely and legitimately understand that's not most people. So I hope all of you understand that there are people still right now trying to get us to keep fighting. I'm not going to do it. I will outright say, especially upon seeing Chrissy Mayer get her videos taken down, I'm absolutely wrong about that. I was personally slighted, and that put blinders on me. I don't want to fight with anybody. I will keep being an arrogant shithead, and I will say that. But I also recognize we shouldn't be fighting if we can avoid it, and we can focus on things that are more important. So the only thing I can say, just one last thought, is please keep an eye out for those who are still in the chat right now, desperately trying to get me to get angry and to fight with you guys when I'm saying, no, wait, man, like, we need to come together on this.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is people, like they say in soccer, if you're a defender, keep your eye on the ball. And I think so many people got their eye.
I think that's good that they're, you know, they're like, look, okay, we made enough noise. We made enough money off of negativity. Let's go ahead and quiet it down a little bit. Let's bring it down a little bit, bring it down a notch, and move forward. I got you on that. Okay. But you know what? Something that nobody's doing. I haven't really heard anybody take accountability. That's just me. That's just me. I mean, if I'm missing something, y'all feel free to let me know. All right? Because I'm not hearing anybody take accountability for this at all. At all. Am I missing something? If I am, then, you know what I mean? Y'all let me know. For real. I just don't see what's going on. I don't. But yeah. So
well, after successfully dodging the
speaking of somebody who is in a little bit of heat right now. This right here is also something that I wanted to check out because another huge YouTuber, and the Steven Crowder thing got a little cold. It got a little cold. Hold up, Raymond says, how can someone be responsible for what their guests do after they've had them? Or did she do that stuff before he had her? That's a good question. That's a good question. I believe she did that. He brought her on the show to talk to her after all that stuff happened. I believe so. I think that's what happened, but I could be wrong.
Well, after successfully dodging the question when it was brought up the first time during his interview with Tim Pool this week, in the final few minutes of the 2-hour stream, Steven Crowder admitted what I've been saying all along. And no, I'm not applying for a job at the Daily Wire. Anybody who thinks that obviously isn't familiar with my work.
All right, so hold on 1 second. Before I even check that out, I need to see something else. Because somebody sent me that. And honestly, I'm done with the whole Steven Crowder thing. I know Patrick Bet-Davis says that if your boy does not show up and actually become successful off of what he pretty much charged Daily Wire to a duel, he challenged them to a duel pretty much, saying that Mug Club was coming for it all. If he fails, then you know what I mean, that would be horrific. You know what I mean? But I say he got balls for even going up against them like that, for real. But this right here is something that we already are covering. So let me go back to this.
Dang it, Tim. I just released like a banger video going through your writer's piece. And I was all fired up and mean in it. And then I see, flooded comments of people coming in and saying, hey, Tim apologized. And I did watch it. I felt like it was sincere. I feel like, even though, I think the veneer of our viewers thinking we're best friends or we're good buddies is gone. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't still coexist and lock arms and fight against, what we believe in. I think our channels are extremely complementary. You may have a certain opinion of my content, and that's okay. It doesn't bother me. You're not my target. And, I'm probably not the target for yours. However, we have a huge crossover that, put our fans in the crossfire. And it was never really about us. Of course, everything I said positive about you, I still mean. The empire that you're building, I'm extraordinarily inspired by it. We may have different approaches. Certainly, I'm more of a wild card, less professional. But that's just who I am. I think you know that. And my viewers know that. But, he brings up some important things like, we're losing, James O'Keefe. I guess this is barring, anything weird coming out. Like, so something, there's some weird, huge scandal with James.
It does. It kind of do. And I have respect for Jeremy, and I have respect for Timcast for what they've done, and for everything that they've done. But to be honest with you, this don't sound very, I don't know, man. It just sounds like these guys were, I don't know. I don't want to say anything disrespectful, but it don't sound like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying not to be disrespectful. All right? It sounded like they was really good friends. But then one of them made the other mad, and then took his ball and went home. And then we got to watch the entire drama unfold. And honestly, it's not that interesting, in my opinion, because not that they've made up, but it's just I feel played. Like, when Tim Pool said we were played, I'm thinking that we was played. And what I mean by that is, it's like a fake dramatization brought up just to appease the followers and the reaction channels and whoever else could get some clickbait from it. And it's like, when we decide to get off of it, then we're done. Sandy says I'm missing a lot. What am I missing, Sandy? Please tell me what I'm missing, because I want to understand what I'm missing. I do want to understand what I'm missing. I mean, I left this joint. Hold on 1 second. I left this joint right around here. The world. I don't know why I switched accounts. Crazy. Hold on one second. All right, so this gentleman right here was about to say something.
The one person, because I'm.
This person right here was about to say something after Tim Pool said something. All right, okay, Sandy, Sandy, I'm about to see. You know what's name's with Timcast start fussing at one of his people. You're not gonna be demanding a damn thing. All right, don't make me start fussing and getting crazy. Being crazy black man. Something that Jeremy nor Tim can ever be. They can't be a crazy black man. They can be a crazy white man, but they can't be a crazy black man.
But the stuff we were getting sent was, let's just put it triggering. If someone sent you the stuff that we got sent, you'd probably react the same way. And then when, I was looking at, I made this joke tweet earlier. I was like, Daily Wire, Project Veritas, me and TheQuartering, you thought it was a coincidence, wait till phase 2 or whatever, like as a joke. People thought it was real. And then I stopped and kind of thought about it when I was reading the Veritas letter, and I'm like, people were saying, is it a coincidence that right after the Pfizer thing comes out, we have the Grammys brought to you by Pfizer. We do this big thing complaining about it. All of a sudden, we're getting slammed with these people claiming to represent a group of people, but they're sending us some of the most abhorrent and awful things you could imagine, pissing us off and making us fight. And then I'm just like, yo, nah, I'm not doing it. You got me. You got me for a few days, but I'm not going to do it now.
And to some of the nicest people I've ever met. The two people in question, I've interacted with them, met one of them personally, and like even with the limited time I met them, they genuinely are some of the nicest people I ever met.
Who are you talking about?
The one person, because I'm sure we don't want to name the name to deflate it. No.
Oh, I don't care.
Then Shane Cashman.
No, I'm not sure. I told him that they can't be black men, but nowadays you can identify as whatever you want to identify as.
So Shane, I've only met him online. Done one show with him. He came on my show, Four Pony Boys, which is a joking ripoff of Four Horsemen, because we're buddies and so who cares. But yeah, I found him on my show. He's like the nicest guy I ever met, and super interesting fella. And just for this to happen to someone like that, not that it makes it better who they are, but it's just disgusting.
This is the thing too. It's like even before we did anything, we were getting sent awful stuff and getting attacked. And then so I was like, okay, well, we're going to cover this. And then it ramped up and got crazier. Yeah. And then, of course, I'm like, I got an internal conversation with Shane, and I'm saying, like, I don't know if we can handle whatever this is or what they're doing. And he's like, oh, we got to tell the story, man.
You know what's something I realized?
I recommended, well, so, I mean, Shane's clearly pissed. I don't know. I think we had talked to him. The plan now is maybe as soon as possible is to have Chrissy Mayer on with Shane.
I'm so sorry. I missed these I missed my super chats. My bad. Thank you, Michelle. I saw that. I need to read these joints. Michelle says, thank you. And thank you so much for the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm in here missing my super chats, trying to look for stuff. Tim had Eliza on before the drama. Man, she was on the talk about, Andrew Tate, and the drama happened after. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. My dumb ass. Okay. Time out. Flag on the play, Van. That's for me. All right. So the whole time she was on there talking about Andrew Tate. She was talking about the Andrew Tate drama, which was the biggest story on social media for a long time. Probably is still one of the biggest stories. But because of some things that she did, they didn't feel like she should have been on the show. And that's when Jeremy says something about him platforming her. And then Jeremy was blocked, right? Okay. All right. All right. Tony, I'm trying, daggit. I'm trying. All right. All right. So, and then he was banned from Twitter. All right. And then brought back on. So now I got another one up. Watch Brittany Venti video. She's a sister too. Okay. And she's talking about it. Okay. I'll consider that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Boo woo. This is the video that has his apology. Okay. I think I'm listening to that right now, right? I believe so. No? I believe I do. I believe that's the one. All right, Tony. You still don't seem to get the timeline correct. Timcast and Eliza was on before. Okay, I just now read that. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate that. Thank you for taking us on a journey, Van. God bless you and your family. God bless you and your family as well. Happy Friday as well. I'm trying to follow along with the timeline, god dang it. As you can clearly see, I'm not a drama guy. I'm not a he say, she say guy. This is something that I'm trying to follow along. It's not anything that I would ever do with anybody. It's just ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? It really is. The fitness imposters super chat says, Tim's hypocrisy is a huge story. Fake sex advocate gets people banned, and they are still banned. How does a guy like me see through the BS? He says it's about him. So if they are still banned and Eliza did not right her wrongs, again, I see no issue with Jeremy having a problem with him for with him for platforming her. You know what I mean? I see no issue with anybody having a problem with it. Now, should that stop him? Nah. This is his platform. He could do whatever he want to do and deal with whatever consequences he want to deal with. You know what I mean? All right, so hopefully I'm on it now. Hopefully I'm on it now. So hold on, I'm going to the next super chat, guys. Next super chat, because I gotta make sure that I'm on the daggone timeline. All right, there's a lot of comments. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. All right, the next one says, survey says, second. Talk about Crowder. All right, the next one says, thank you, 2 cents Lopez. Crowder started this by not accepting that his way is not the only way. We all need to agree to disagree, and not in public. Okay, so that's the Steven Crowder situation, and you're right. Packton, thank you so much for the super chat. You didn't leave a message. Yeah, Joe, don't be an ass, bruh. If you talking to me, Joe Strudel. All right, so I think I got them all. All right, I think I got them all. Did I get them all? Well, he obviously is going to do it. Those people are threatening him. All right. All right. So I've read them all. All right, so they broke it down to me, the timeline. I had to make sure I caught up because this whole situation is this whole thing seems a little gay to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna say that again, but there, I said it. It just seems that way to me. It does. It does. And I don't know. It does. It does. But my freaking computer is acting nuts. So I am missing some super chats and everything's slowing down on my end. But I'm trying to follow along.
And then just hash all this stuff out. Because I think we're being played.
I'd love to have Brittany, Venti, and Eliza on at some point in the future after we work through these cycles. I think it's fantastic. This is this kind of thing we can avoid in the future if we talk about it now. You know, I realized we have a responsibility to talk about this stuff. It's not stuff I want to do. I don't want to get dramatic and talk about my friends online and who did what and who said what.
Hey, what's the black girl name who was talking about this? Can somebody tell me that again? Somebody said that a black girl was talking about this whole thing. Brittany, Brenda, or something like that. And if I offended anybody by saying that this situation just seems gay to me, you know what I mean, that's your business. I still love y'all. Brittany Venti. See what this young
ス
lady
ポン
got to
サ
say
ーの
about
皆
that.
様に感謝します。BBTV がお届けいたします。
The heck?
I blocked Jeremy Hambly. Why? Because Jeremy Hambly is the rights or the anti-establishment version of the Young Turks. I never attacked my fans. On Timcast IRL in the super chat section, as people were asking me questions about Eliza Blue, I pointed out I'm not going to disavow someone I don't care about. Someone who'd been on the show 2 times out of.
Okay, but you could say that about any guests he's had on. Oh, I don't care about them, so I'm not going to talk about it. And it'll be completely the most important thing to talk about, like censorship, things like that. Maybe like something that violates human rights, and just be like, but I don't care about them. It's like, but if your whole brand's based on that, like, that's why people are mad. Can't just be like, this one particular, I just suddenly don't care about. And now we saw the video of Eliza giving fucking Ian Footsie job. I think we know why he doesn't care now. Clearly there is a bias here.
So it's 2. Really don't care about Eliza Blue. We book a lot of people. We book the Krasensteins. We've booked.
Why is he talking so damn fast? Does she just have the video sped up? Maybe she just hears. Do you hear that damn fast, Brittany? Brittany, you are sharp. Do you really hear that fast? My grace, I'm listening. He already talked too fast for me, and you done sped it up again?
Matt Binder. We've booked people who are on the left, and I certainly would say are more grifterish than she. But for some reason, these people care all so much about it. Well, it's fake. When Jeremy makes videos about Joe Rogan, he gets less views than he makes videos about.
It's not about him having her on. It's that, like, for example, Shane was kissing her ass. She was kissing his ass on the stream.
Okay, I like your style, young lady. I like your style. I don't think I can say what you say, but I kind of like your style.
She has gotten ahead because of the podcast. So yeah, I think it's fair. People want to criticize it. Sure, he's had more grifty people on, but in this instance, she's lied about her whole persona and she censors people. And this wasn't a known thing before when he had her on. It wasn't out in the open like that. So of course people want him to cover it.
Me, that's why he does it. I don't like it. I can't stand it. And you know what? Hopefully, making this video will make these people stop following me. I will make less money, and I will be less relevant to all of these people because I will say it, and I will say it proudly. I never wanted to be famous. I don't care about being famous. I don't care about being rich. I don't want your money. There are ideas that I care about, and if I care about them enough, I will talk about them.
Bro, you do care about being rich. I don't know if you care about being famous, but you definitely care about being rich. I mean, the way you got your business put together, the way you run everything over on your side, the way you have everything monetized, that's caring about being rich. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So that just tells me that the rest of this right here is going to be extremely disingenuous, in my opinion. I can't rock with that. But again, like this, maybe some of y'all really enjoy watching some of this stuff as far as the back and forth of it all. And, you know, and now this young lady is talking about it, Brittany, who is doing a remarkable job. And I love this. She got, you know, the balls on this young lady. She is going off. Like, she's dope. I can listen to her all the time. For real. It's honestly, this story is whack to me. It's whack as hell to me. I mean, every single time you hear one of them talk, it's all cap. Like, none of them are speaking 100% like genuinely. Like, they don't sit here and tell your people that you don't care about being rich or you don't care about being famous when you know that they're both tied. They're one and the same. I know you don't want to, now that you're rich, you don't want to be famous. That's usually how it go. Once you're rich, you don't want to be famous no more. I don't want anybody to know about my money. I don't need y'all knowing a damn thing about where my money come from at all. But this beef with TheQuartering, you trust and believe Jeremy and Tim made a poop ton of money. But just watching it all is just, I don't know. I don't know. If this is your cup of tea, it's your cup of tea. Ken says, and thank you so much for the super chat, bro. Been enjoying your journey, but I wonder what drives you to continue this journey. I would love to hear a detailed thought report on everything you have experienced. What the hell, bro? Like, are you Ken that I used to work for? This brother said, Ken, did you really say I would love to hear a detailed thought report? What in the world is a detailed thought report, man? What's a detailed thought report, bro? On everything that I experienced so far. that would be a long ass video, but I usually give my thought reports on many videos compiled. You know what I mean? That's just something that I like to do, because I think it's necessary. I think it's extremely necessary. Okay, so what have we learned? And okay, Chris says, Susie or Chris says, think about it this way. All of you are content creators, usually commenting on music or news articles. When truths come out that they want you to not comment on, something comes out to distract you away from it. So that you are more interested in distraction than reporting on the story that hit the news that is full of truth they don't want you talking about. Yeah. A lot of things that they don't want us talking about, to be honest with you, Susie or Chris, whichever one of you wrote that, even if we report on it, there's a possibility we can get banned from it. That's why Lou Valentino got a strike on his channel, because he actually reported on some real news. He didn't say anything wrong. He didn't say anything that was disrespectful. As a matter of fact, he didn't even harp on the whole incident of the situation that got him a strike. I can't even say the word because I might get a strike. But nah. So sometimes we do focus on what's important and still get punished. You know what I mean? So yeah, this Tim Pool and Jeremy thing is wild, bro. It's wild for real. But guess what? And I think I told some people this. I was driving and I was talking to my camera the other day. And while I was driving through Southeast DC, and something crazy happened. All right. And I'm just thankful. I thank God that I'm still here. Just gonna put to you like that. If you're ever inside of the Discord or in some of our private chats or something, I'll let you guys know about it. But I'll give you more details. But something I was doing at the time, I was recording a video and I was asking people who are they going to vote for between Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. And I don't know, man. A lot of people saying that
that's not.
A lot of people believe that Trump would win the primaries, but he won't win the general election because there's too many people that are independents and in the middle that won't vote for him.
Ron, is it? Ex-President Donald Trump posts a photo of Florida Governor DeSantis allegedly drinking and partying with high school girls. Okay. So here's a picture if you want to put it up. Former President Donald Trump posted a photo on the Truth Social, which was allegedly showing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis drinking and partying with high school girls. More than 20 years ago in the photo, a young man appearing to be DeSantis is seen sitting on the couch with 3 high school girls alongside with photo of President Trump wrote, "That's not Ron, is it? He would never do such a thing." Trump also reposted a message made by another Truth Social user who indicated that the message read, "Ron DeSantis was having a drink party with his students when he finished high school teacher. Having drinks with underage girls and cuddling with them certainly looks pretty gross." And how do you pronounce that word?
Which one? The Ida?
Ephebophilia. Okay.
All right, so Ron DeSantis is posted up in a picture 20 years ago with 3 women. And Trump is already, going at his jugular. He like, yo, this is a fight. What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to see this type of back and forth between Trump and did Trump even post this? I mean, did Trump even post this? I don't even think Trump posted it. So was it just posted on Truth Social? Somebody posted for him.
Trump didn't write
that. The photo was taken by when DeSantis was teaching history and government at Darlington School in Rome, Georgia during 2001-2002 school year. According to the New York Times, 2 former students, both women, remembered him attending the last 2 parties where alcohol was served. They said that the parties took place after graduation and that they were not bothered by his presence at the time, although they question it now. One of the former students was quoted saying it was his first job out of Yale. He was cute. He didn't really think too much about it.
His first job out of Yale, and he's posing with some students, and he was like, man, it ain't that big a deal to me. Hey, shout out to Magic Mac. thank you so much for the super chat. He said he's gay and no offense taken. Normal gays don't care. Not Ron DeSantis or Trump, but Magic Mac says that that when I said that the whole Jeremy and Tim Pool thing just came off a little gay to me, he was like, no offense taken, because normal gays don't care.
Okay, so there's two things here. One, the picture. Two, Trump posting the picture. Okay. I'll open it up, Tom, if you want to go first. Tell me about the picture. What do you think about the picture? And two, what do you think about Trump actually posting a picture?
Thank you, D. James.
I don't know what to think about the picture. If it's really DeSantis, a teacher going to a party and there's alcohol and they're underage, that's certainly not good judgment. But that's also when was this? And the other thing is, I don't think Trump's got the moral authority to talk about this particular topic. Really, if you're going to come out and go after somebody, you got to have the moral authority to do it. And I think there's so many other things that are going on that basically this is mud boogeyman, politics here. I think Trump should stay on the message saying, hey, this is what I built. I gave him the opportunity to be governor. This is what happened. Instead, he runs a picture like this. The backlash on this was pretty severe. There's a lot of people that are on the right that were like, dude, you're.
I honestly think Trump do have the moral authority to put something out like that, but I think that he has too much maturity to put something out like that. I don't think it's necessary that Trump should have to put anything out there like that in order to win. He don't have to do that whole WWE type of thing in order to gain the votes of people, of the masses. If anything, what he's going to do is push the young people away. He's pushing the young people away. Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. He's trying to push everybody to Ron DeSantis so that if Ron DeSantis wins in the primary and runs in the general, not only would he have people on the right for him, the real conservatives, but he'll also have some newbies from independents who see him and his young family as the future of the country and something fresh and something new and something, something going in the right direction. So this could be a part of the play all along, because Trump don't have to do that, bro. I mean, really, he don't.
This doesn't help us. This doesn't help us in 24, and I don't think this was a good angle. So I'm not good judgment for DeSantis way back in the day, if it happened as it's being shown. I mean, if we're seeing pure truth out of this, and it disappoints me. I think we need to elevate this, and we need to talk about all the things that are important. And it just seems like a cheap distraction.
But here's my question: do you expect anything less from Trump? DeSantis is the enemy because he's gonna go against him. This is just showing you, bro, that whoever's doing this, mind you, who got this picture? That's opposition research on your opponent. Those girls, notice how.
Joe, I would just mess with you, brother. Don't ever trip off me, bro. I would just mess with you, man.
At the end, the girls are like, it didn't really bother me, but dude, all it's gonna have to take is Trump to bring one of these girls out to one of these debates, put her in the crowd and be like, yeah, now she's actually changed her mind. And she was like, it was this, right, Pat? Because, he's notorious for doing that. Yeah. But then, mind you, to me, that doesn't even look like him. I don't know if it is him. But for him to say something like grooming the high school girls, something like that, it's like, bro, how old was he? 26? I think 24, 23?
No, well, in this photo.
No, he was 20.
If I'm just doing basic math. By the way, you and Ron DeSantis are literally the same age. I think you're a month apart.
Yep.
Okay, so he's 44. I think I want to say September. If he does get elected, he'll be the second youngest president ever.
Yep.
This would be, 18 months from now. So he's 44. He'll be 45, 46. I think JFK was the youngest ever elected at 43. Mm-hmm. So if I'm just doing basic math here, Ron was 22 years old here, partying with 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
18-year-olds. Yeah. This is par for the course in college. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
It really is. It's ridiculous. It's like senior. He was the age of a senior in college, and he was hanging around people who were the age of freshman and sophomore in college. So I agree with him. And people are asking who we're watching here. This is Patrick Bet David podcast from Valuetainment. Patrick Bet David was the guy that we watched the other day, who was talking to God dang it. What's his name? Roland Martin. He had a back and forth with Roland Martin. That was pretty daggone good. So yeah, this right here is like, it's not even a story for real. Like I like what you just now said. Someone just now said is a nothing story. It really is. I thought it was going to be something different, but this is nuts.
This isn't a big deal. Talk about the knock on Trump is, Miss Universe. He goes into all the pageants. These girls grabbing him by the, So like, this is Trump. This is what he does. If you don't think that Trump is sitting back and thinking, who's this Rondane Sanctimonious?
Yeah.
I built this man.
Yeah.
You don't think he's about to get petty and jealous?
course.
How the hell is he beating him in the polls right now?
Of course.
By the way, I don't think a year ago less than a year ago, 9 months ago, we had Christina Pushaw here. We had other people weighing on whether we thought Ron DeSantis would be running for president.
Yeah.
I think at this point, when you're leading the polls,
you have to.
You're running.
Yeah.
Okay, what polls is he leading? What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Hold on, This was over a month ago. Are there some new ones I don't know about? Because over a month ago he was leading, but I want to know, is he leading now? Because I know that Trump was just now.
That's not
like
Ron.
leading in the polls. From what I saw. At least that's what I thought.
Bill now to face the dirtiest politician in the history of politics.
Hillary Clinton.
Audio on this?
I'm with her.
Okay, I want you to watch this. Play this real quick. We can play this because there's no music. Rob, I'm going to send it to you.
Rob?
Yeah, I'm going to text it to her. I just want you to watch this and see how eloquently he destroyed Jeb Bush, okay? You guys are thinking like this is going to be a fun match here. Listen, the training you get, like, for example, street fighting, shooting guns. The other day, you and I went on shotguns. You said something very interesting where you said, it doesn't matter if you shoot every single day. When the first time you pull and you hear that, the first one you feel, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and you saw it was me, you, and Sam. By the way, just so everybody knows, I've been shooting for a long time, but I don't shoot pistols. I like shooting
rifle.
M16 rifle. That's what I like. Adam, this guy, we shoot the body. I'm in the square when I'm shooting. Okay, so 99% of my shots are on the body, on target. Vinny's not on target. No, I'm not. This is like zero jokes here. 100% of Vinny's shots was in this circle. Did you hear what I just said? Tom, 2 hours later, 100% of his shots are only in the same circle. So then I'm like, Vinny, what the hell are you doing? Guess what? He says, dude, I was an MP in the Air Force for 7 years.
I was on the shooting team.
It was insane how amazing this guy was. But some things you do in your life, you may be good at it, and then you go with another person. Like, dude, I'm like, dude, I thought I'm going to be good. I looked at Vinny. I'm like, dude, Vinny's here. I'm like down here in this game. He's about to go with somebody that's been doing this for freaking 60. Just watch what he does. This first debate. Jeb Bush, $140 million. He's supposed to be the next president. Let me give you Jeb Bush's resume. His oldest brother's a president. His father's a president. His grandfather of the great state.
Quiet. A lot of times, that's all of his donors and special interests.
There's music. Stop it.
All of his donors, all of his dude.
So no, by the way, anyway, what he says is there's all of the donors. Is when we talked to the RNC said we can't bring anybody here. He says, I don't have any guests here. These are all RNC chose the guests and the donors to be here. Wow. And all the people that are in the room are Jeb Bush's people. And it says, you think I'm lying to you? Here's what they did. I couldn't bring anybody. So whatever you're hearing, so immediately the viewer went to all these people that are booing Trump.
We're paid
to be there. Boom. You can't. There is not a manual for you to read to know how to handle those types of situations.
Yeah, I agree.
You and I can sit with the top 50 greatest debaters of all time, and I can invest a year into you and say every day for 8 hours, these guys are going to teach you. We're going to spend $10 million to make you bulletproof on how to debate, right? A year from now.
I'll get good.
60 years. 60 years. Good luck. If I train, how long do I need to train? I want to tell you this right now. How long do I need to train? Jiu-jitsu? and UFC and boxing, how many of the greatest instructors in the world can train me? I put a $50 million budget for me to train for 1 year straight. How many hours and dollars do I need to do to train to be John Jones?
Yeah, there's no amount of time.
There's no money.
What if I spend $100 million? Will I be John Jones in a year?
Never.
The answer is what? Say it again.
Never.
Say to my face.
You'll never beat John Jones in a fight, no matter how much money in 1 year.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
This is the part that people are like underestimating. By the way, I'm not sitting here telling you who's a better candidate for America. I'm not sitting here talking to you about politics. I'm not talking to you about any of that stuff. You're fighting John Jones. This is not a regular guy.
Yep.
This is a John Jones street brawler.
Yep.
You best bring it because he's going to get you dirty, and he's very comfortable with that. You know, guys come after us, and they call us out and say, let me tell you, Patrick, is this recently what happened?
So basically what he's talking about, and something that Patrick Bet-David does a lot when he's telling stories, whenever he's answering a question or talking about a topic, the way he communicates is he's a story guy. He always has a story. I don't know if y'all know anybody like that, but he always, I don't give a damn what he's talking about. He has a story that can tie into whatever that topic is. And he's just telling people, look, Trump don't have to do this. He don't have to sling mud if he don't want, if he don't have to sling mud in order to win anything. He's a great debater. He likes to get dirty. He's very quick on his feet. He don't have to do any of this stuff right here. All I'm saying is, if he continue to do stuff like this, there will be another, and it's just what I believe. It's just what I believe. If he continue to do stuff like this, not there will, but there's a greater potential of there being another Democratic president, because he won't win in the primaries. He won't win in the primaries, and then it's going to be money versus money. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be money versus money, conservative money versus liberal money, and whichever one got the biggest pockets at the time, that's who's going to win. But this right here is going to make people look at him like, dude, that's not what we're for. Like, I know you're trying to bring the conservatives out who weren't necessarily all that political before you came out. They call that MAGA country, I guess. MAGA country. But he needs to do something, and he needs to keep it positive, because I told y'all before, I'm thinking about going to a daggone rally, and I want to take some of y'all with me. You know what I mean? And I'm not going if this is going to be the vibe at all. Because when he says something, I'm not going to be, yeah, he shouldn't have been in that picture. Nah, not at all. Not at all. Hey, don't call it Viagra water. Don't damn call it Viagra water. It ain't that. But yeah. All right, so I wanted to cover the Tim Pool and Jeremy from the quartering situation. That really didn't do too much for me. But feel free to let anybody know about this thing right here. I appreciate y'all hanging with me all the time. Thank y'all so much for participating, for communicating. It's Friday. Make sure y'all enjoy your weekend. Love on each other. You know what I mean? Even if you don't love the person, give them some love anyway, because everybody deserves some love. And continue the conversation. And even if some drama pops up, like more Tim Pool, more Jeremy, more Steven Crowder stuff, more, Andrew Tate stuff, whatever the look over there stuff that comes out, balloons here and there, any more look over there stuff comes out, just make sure that you look, just to acknowledge it, make sure that you're in the clear, but don't lose